Hello, brilliant ones. How are you doing today? It's Bonnie here, and I don't know how interested you might be in things like astrology or astronomy or tarot cards or what have you. But even if you're not terribly interested in the divination of it, a lot of the times they can provide you with something really interesting to reflect on. And that is what I am finding today, which I want to share with you. So it came to my attention that apparently 2018 is a year 11 of the second year in a 9-year cycle. Lots of stuff to dig into there. But what's really interesting is it is very closely related to the tarot card of justice, which I've always been very interested in. Being a Libra, it's connected to a Libra. So I got my card out. Can you see that? You can see the justice. And you can see why it's related to Libra, right? It's got like the scales and the balance and the double-edged sword. So, but what's interesting, this year, according to the people in the know, is all about making decisions, as opposed to the Libra who does not like to make decisions. That would be me. But it's an interesting thing to reflect on. So even if you're not interested in the tarot or the astrology of it all, it's a fascinating question for us to reflect on. Because if last year was supposed to be like this rocket launcher of energy, and this year is all about making the decisions, but making conscious decisions, not fly by the seat of my pants decisions and then I'll see what happens, but being really conscious and purposeful about the decisions that you're making and understanding the bigger picture that there are going to be consequences and reactions and actions that happen because of the decisions that we're making today. Well, hello, right? This is a lot of what we talk about in this group, is how we manifest the lives that we want. And how we do that is by being really conscious about the decisions that we make. We talked about yesterday, we talked about the word of the year and how we can use that to inform our decisions and kind of help us gauge what's the right thing. Because sometimes we're interested and excited by something and maybe it's not really for us right now. And this is what they're talking about in terms of 2018 being the year of 11. And one of the things, and this is probably what struck me so much, is the article that I was reading said this is the year. You ready for this? This is the year for you to shine your light for others, but to also learn the lesson. If those people aren't ready to receive it, that's okay. You just need to go find your tribe, right? That it's not about you shining your light. It's about you shining your light for the right people and finding those people who are going to accept you and love you and hold you in the beautiful mess that you are, in the beautiful light that you are. And understand that when you make conscious decisions about who you shine your light for, where you shine your light, how you shine your light, and what it is you're doing with your life, those people are going to find you too. I'm really excited, and not just because, the year starts off in Libra and high, but it's clearing. It's a clearing. It's a time to clear out the old. Think about those decisions, and this is what I'm going to invite you to do right now, right today, is, if you journal, get out your journal. If you don't journal, you should, but if you don't, just take a few minutes and really reflect. What are some decisions maybe you haven't made yet, right? You're holding off on, and you're doing the Libra what ifing. Trust me, I'm very familiar. Maybe it's time to make those decisions. What are the decisions that maybe you made and you're avoiding the consequences of, or just not standing fully and the truth of those consequences, good or bad. Right? And that's integrity. And integrity goes a long way to manifesting the life that you want. Deal with it. If you screwed up, deal with it and move on. Learn the lesson and move on. But a lot of us like to sort of avoid it or hide it away. So what are those decisions? And, you know, what are the decisions that you maybe made and are sitting with still because, you know, maybe you're not sure if you made the right decision, or you didn't like how it came and turned about, or I know in my coaching groups, we often talk about the concept of unanswered prayers, right? We made a decision expecting something and that's not what happened. Oftentimes that's a good thing for us if we would just let go, which is part of what this year is apparently supposed to be helping us do. So I would invite you to reflect on those decisions that you've made, decisions that maybe you haven't made, and the decisions that are coming, and be really conscious and purposeful, but don't get stuck there. Don't, it's going to sound awful. Don't be a Libra. Don't get stuck there, because, you know, you can what if things to death. You can what if what you're going to have for lunch to death and end up starving, let alone a really big, important decision. Don't get stuck there. You can always make the wrong decision right after the fact. You really can. But I think this is just such an exciting thing to sit and think about, and how much light we would bring into our own lives if we actually step back and say, and I know for me, it's a lot of, what haven't I made the decision on? What have I made a decision on and maybe not done anything about? That's a big one. That's a big one. So I would love to hear what you think. Right, so this year 11, which is the numerology, you know, adding the dates together, 2 plus 0 plus 1 plus 8, right? So I am a birth 9, a birth number 9, and you can figure your own out. But this is just about the year, and this year apparently is all about the decisions, the balance, and the integrity and the justice of standing in your truth. So if you are working on standing in your truth and really living from there, this is going to be an exciting year for you, my friend. And I would invite you to start by really evaluating where you are. And that sounds like an easy thing to do, but it's not always, because we don't always like what we've done. We don't always like where we are. And that's okay. You don't have to. You just have to acknowledge the truth of it. And that's the Justice card. So anyways, I hope that you're as excited as I am. I would love to hear what came up for you when you listened to that, if anything. And I think I'm going to go start writing in my journal. Have a great day. Bye. Mwah.